Do you want to learn how to focus your energy only on what depends on you? This question lies at the heart of an age-old debate: are faith and reason enemies or allies? From the dawn of philosophy to contemporary conflicts between science and religion, the relationship between belief and logic has challenged humanity. While faith seeks answers in the transcendent, reason demands tangible evidence. But is it possible to harmonize these two pillars of human existence?
The tension between religion and science is nothing new.
Thinkers like Thomas Aquinas and Augustine attempted to reconcile divine truths with rationality, while modern figures like Darwin and Dawkins have intensified the debate. Today, in a world dominated by technological advancements, spirituality and logic seem to clash more than ever. However, denying one in favor of the other risks losing the richness of both perspectives. The philosophical conflict between faith and reason often arises from the mistaken idea that they are mutually exclusive. Science explains the how, but faith addresses the why. While reason maps the universe, belief gives meaning to our journey within it. This duality doesn't have to be a battlefield, but rather a space for integrating knowledge. After all, even Einstein recognized, science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. To explore this relationship, it's essential to understand how beliefs and rationality coexist in practice. Medicine, for example, combines advanced technology with holistic approaches. Ethics, another central theme, relies on both moral principles and logical debates. The question isn't which one prevails, but how we can use them to expand our understanding of the world and ourselves. In this video, we'll debunk myths and reveal bridges between philosophy and spirituality. You'll discover how great minds in history balance devotion and doubt, and how to apply this in the 21st century. Is the harmony between faith and reason the key to a more fulfilling life?
Watch until the end and decide for yourself.
The dichotomy of control, a central concept in Stoicism, divides reality into what is within our power and what lies beyond it. According to Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, only our actions, thoughts, and choices are controllable. External outcomes, others' opinions, and unforeseen events are beyond our control. This distinction isn't about resignation, but about directing energy toward what truly matters: moral excellence and clarity of judgment. Rooted in practical philosophy, the dichotomy challenges the illusion that we can shape the world to our will. While faith often seeks comfort in the divine or the unknown, reason insists on analyzing causes and effects. Here both converge. Accepting the uncontrollable, amor fati, requires rational humility and at the same time, a kind of faith in the natural order of things. In the context of faith versus reason, the dichotomy offers a path to balance beliefs and logic. For example, science explains natural phenomena, partial control, while spirituality addresses questions of purpose, acceptance of mystery. This duality isn't conflict but complementarity. Reason guides action, and faith sustains resilience in the face of uncertainty. Practicing the dichotomy involves exercises like premeditation of obstacles, visualizing challenges, and the Stoic journal, reflecting on what was controlled. These techniques, combined with self-discipline, strengthen both critical thinking and inner serenity. Thus, faith and reason cease to be rivals and become allies in the pursuit of a balanced life. In a world of uncertainties, mastering this dichotomy is the key to reducing anxiety and making decisions aligned with values. Whether through Stoic acceptance or the pursuit of knowledge, the balance between control and surrender reveals that faith and reason aren't opposites but facets of the same journey: living wisely. Identifying what's within your control requires self-awareness and clarity. Start by separating internal actions, thoughts, choices, values, from external factors, others' opinions, outcomes, events. Reason acts as a filter. Ask yourself, does this depend directly on me? If the answer is no, it's time to practice Stoic acceptance, combining faith in the order of things with logical analysis. Faith often deals with the uncontrollable, like death or destiny, while reason maps what can be influenced. For example, a doctor uses science to treat diseases, partial control, but accepts human limits through a holistic view. This synergy between faith and reason prevents frustration, acting with excellence in what's possible and trusting the process in the rest.
Technikquiz like the Reflexion Journal help train this distinction.
Write down daily situations and classify them as controllable or uncontrollable. Over time, you'll notice patterns. Anxiety decreases when energy is focused on habits, personal goals, and emotional responses, not external outcomes. Spirituality here reinforces resilience, reason, pragmatism. Challenges like the illusion of control, believing you can change what's beyond you, are common. Excessive faith without reason leads to fanaticism. Reason without humility breeds arrogance. Philosophers like Thomas Aquinas teach that true wisdom lies in balancing certainties and doubts, recognizing the limits of human influence. By mastering this identification, you transform conflicts between faith and reason into cooperation. Reason illuminates the practical path. Faith offers peace in the face of uncertainty. Together, they create a framework for ethical decisions and a serene life, where control isn't about about dominating the world but mastering yourself. Integrating faith and reason in daily life begins with the practice of reflective meditation. Set aside daily minutes to analyze challenges from two perspectives. What does logic suggest? And what does my intuition or belief indicate? This duality trains the mind to balance critical analysis and inner trust, avoiding extremes. For example, when making a tough decision, list concrete facts, reason, and personal values, faith before acting.
The dual journal technique enhances this balance.
Create two columns, one to record evidence-based actions, e.g., career choices, and another for moments guided by convictions, e.g., forgiving someone. Upon review, you'll see how rationality and spirituality complement, not compete. Philosophers like St. Augustine used writing to unite divine pursuit and logical questioning, a method still effective today. Incorporate premeditation rituals, inspired by Stoicism and spiritual traditions. Before stressful events, ask, what can I control here? Reason, and what can I surrender to the universe or a higher force? Faith. This practice reduces anxiety by dividing responsibilities between action and acceptance, like a scientist planning experiments but accepting unexpected results. Promote dialogues between opposing views. Talk to someone with different beliefs, focusing on listening rather than convincing. Use reason to understand arguments and faith to respect subjectivities. This approach, used by leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., unites empathy and critical thinking, showing that faith and reason are tools for connection, not confrontation. Finally, try the paradox exercise. Embrace a situation where faith and reason seem to collide, e.g., a serious diagnosis. Ask, how does science explain this? And what deeper meaning can I find? Gradually, you'll discover that scientific certainties and existential mysteries can coexist, as quantum physics and Eastern philosophy do today. The key is to act with reason and rest with faith. One of the biggest obstacles between faith and reason is the conflict between dogma and evidence. Radical followers of religions may reject scientific discoveries, while skeptical scientists dismiss spiritual beliefs.
The solution?
Adopt intellectual humility. Recognize that science doesn't explain everything, and faith doesn't replace reality. Engaging with works like The Selfish Gene, Dawkins, and The Age of Reason, Kant, helps find points of convergence.
Another challenge is the illusion of absolute control.
Excessive reason leads to arrogance, believing everything can be dominated. Blind faith generates passivity in the face of practical problems. Balancing this requires the practice of moderation, acting rationally in tangible matters, like finances, and trusting ethical or spiritual principles in subjective dilemmas, like forgiveness. Philosophers like Aristotle advocated for this middle ground. The anxiety for definitive answers also divides faith and reason.
Science seeks provisional truths, religion eternal truths.
To overcome this tension, embrace the culture of doubt, question beliefs without abandoning them, and accept scientific uncertainties without despair. Einstein, who united scientific curiosity and cosmic admiration, is a model. Imagination is more important than knowledge.
The fear of social judgment complicates the integration of the two spheres.
In religious groups, doubting can be seen as weakness. In academic circles, having faith is deemed irrational. The way out lies in courageous authenticity. Share experiences where faith and reason cooperated, like doctors who pray for patients or physicists who meditate. The story of Isaac Newton, alchemist and mathematician, proves that extremes can coexist. Finally, the existential crisis, feeling that faith and reason don't fill voids, requires an integrated approach. Use reason to map practical solutions, therapy, planning, and faith to nurture purpose, meditation, art. As Viktor Frankl wrote, "He who has a why can bear almost any how." The synthesis doesn't erase differences, but transforms rivalry into alliance, where each illuminates what the other cannot reach. The journey between faith and reason reveals that they aren't rivals but partners in the search for meaning. While reason uncovers the mechanisms of the universe, faith answers the whys that science hasn't yet reached. Together, they form an enriching dialogue, as Einstein saw in the dance between science and spirituality, or Kant in a union of ethics and transcendence. The real conflict arises when one seeks to dominate the other. History shows that great human advancements, from holistic medicine to social revolutions, were born from the integration of knowledge. Doctors who combine technology and compassion, leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., who blended logical arguments and moral convictions, prove that synthesis is possible. Now is the time to act. Start by applying a technique from the video. Try the dual journal or converse with someone of an opposing view. Share in the comments how faith and reason relate in your life. Your experiences may inspire others. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to explore topics like how philosophy can transform your decisions or spirituality in the digital age. Remember, the pursuit of balance has no end, but every step matters. As Marie Curie said, in life, nothing is to be feared, only understood. Whether through science, meditation, or art, find your unique path where faith and reason cooperate, not compete. And you? Will you remain stuck stuck in conflict, or embrace the richness of harmony between knowledge and belief. The next chapter of this story is yours to write.